CFI sweethearts. Welcome to another episode of our Coming For You podcast, aka CFI official podcast. I am your host, Maximiliana. Today we have a very special guest, the director of Tanzania Escapade, a leading trekking and safari expert based in Arusha, Tanzania. We are going to have a conversation and learn more about the exciting world of safari. So before we start our conversation, I am going to allow our guest to introduce himself. How are you and how is Arusha, boss?
Oh, Arusha is very well, good weather. My name is Oscar Mosher from Tanzania, a managing director of Tanzania Escapade.
I'm so happy to have you today, my dear. And I was really looking forward for us to have this conversation because, I've been thinking of having this new experience of trekking and safari, but I just didn't know how to go about it. And I know there are so many people out there who also want to hear about this kind of experience because we think it's most difficult, we think it's dangerous. So now that we have you as an expert, maybe you are going to tell us the first-hand experience of this kind of safari. So tell us about Kilimanjaro trekking experience in 2024.
Okay, thank you for having me into this podcast. I think I would start to introduce firstly of our company, what we do, where we are, and what you can get from us. Basically, we're a DMC based in Tanzania, specializing in unforgettable experiences such as Kilimanjaro trekking and wildlife safaris, and volunteering logistics ground handling company. Tanzania Escapade, we pride ourselves in delivering exceptional services to our esteemed clients, ensuring their journey in Tanzania both are thrilling and seamless, with a deep understanding of the local terrain of experienced team and professionals and passions for showcasing our beauty in Tanzania. We have become the go-to choices for adventures and nature from around the world. And our expertise lies in three primary areas: Kilimanjaro trekking and wildlife safaris. For those seeking an awe-inspiring challenges, we offer a meticulously planned and professionally guided expeditions in Mount Kilimanjaro, the highest peak in Africa. Whether it's Machame route, Marangu route, or Lemosho route, we tailor our treks to cater the different skill levels, ensuring safety, comfort, and an unforgettable journey to the roof of Africa. For the wildlife enthusiasts, Tanzania Escapade provide the remarkable safari experiences in the country, renowned national parks such as the Serengeti, Ngorongoro Crater, Tarangire, and Lake Manyara. From the breathtaking spectacle of the great wildebeest migration in the majestic Big Five, our knowledgeable guides will unveil the wonders of Tanzania. With over 10 years experience working with big groups such as students from the UK and the US for volunteering programs and future building projects in Moshi and Arusha, Tanzania. When you think of these kind of activities, you think of us. We're on the ground making sure you have a seamless planned itineraries for your adventure needs.
That is very interesting to hear that you cater guests from around the world. You know what, Oscar? The main reason I invited you is because for the first time in my life, I have a New Year's resolution. When people set up their New Year's resolution, I usually I'm like, oh no, maybe I should just stick to my lane and just do the usual. But this year, 2024, I was like, no, I have to have something tangible that I can call my New Year's resolution. And do you know what that resolution is?
Tell me about it. Can't wait
Oh,
to
I
hear.
want to climb Mountain Kilimanjaro this
Ah,
December. Come December this year, 2024.
okay. Then your challenge is accepted.
Yeah, so, and you know what? I feel like I have the mental capacity to prepare for this kind of a challenge, and
Okay.
my biggest motivation is that I was born in the slopes of Mountain Kilimanjaro, and
Yes.
I have always wished to climb it,
Yes.
but I have never taken any initiative, and neither is
Yeah.
it natural for us who were born there to climb it. It could be very easy for someone
Yeah.
coming far away from across other continent, to
Yes.
visit Tanzania and like climb the mountain. But for us who have seen that mountain every day, grown up in that kind of area, it's very difficult to say, oh, I'm going to climb the mountain. But this time, I want to make it possible.
Yeah. Yes.
So for someone like me who wants to come and climb the mountain, how does your company make sure that my experience is unforgettable, as you said?
Well, you prepare yourself mentally. Climbing Kilimanjaro is not very physical. It doesn't require require special techniques, special talents, or special people to climb Kilimanjaro. Anybody who is physically fit and mentally healthy can climb Kilimanjaro. So you just need to start from your mental, to say that I am going to fulfill my needs to make it to the summit. That's all you need to do. And after that, you just need to do small exercise, like do few miles walk daily. Just make yourself like prepared to climb Kili. And once you have your brain focused that you are going to tackle and fight the altitude to make it to the summit, you will do it. I have led a young man as 6 years old who made it to the summit. Our
Wow.
camp, yes, I have led a 78 years old woman from Russia, and she made it to the summit. So you can see, for a young lady, a young man who is in the mid 30s, mid 40s, 50s, 60s, they can still make it. You just need to determine yourself and focus and say that I'm going to do it, and you will do it.
Okay, thank you very much. I also have another friend, and we are planning to come together to Tanzania next December so that we can do it together. Thank you so much. I think those words are encouraging. I think I can do it. In fact, I've been running for the past 8 months, from 6 to 7 to 13 kilometers per day. I've been doing fantastic on that. So I hope that I'm physically fit. Now I'm preparing myself mentally to be able to climb the mountain. Just a quick sec before we continue with this episode. Today's episode is brought to you by Starline Films, a beacon for creativity and innovation in the heart of Dar es Salaam, Tanzania. Starline Films is not just a film company, it's a platform where art meets imagination, every frame tells a story, and where cinematic dreams come true. Whether it's captivating documentaries, engaging short films, or groundbreaking feature productions, Starline Films is committed to delivering excellence in every project. They believe in the power of visual storytelling and are dedicated to pushing the boundaries of creativity. So if you are a film enthusiast or simply someone who appreciates quality content, Starline Films is a name you need to remember. You can find them on Instagram, just search Starline Films. Okay, so now could you elaborate on the network of companies that Tanzania Escapade collaborates with to enhance the safari experience for visitors?
Okay, basically, we're DMC, Domestic Management Company, on the ground in Tanzania. We work with different companies overseas. One of them is Choose a Challenge, one of the big agencies that organizes overseas travels from the UK. They organize trips to Nepal, they organize trips to Machu Picchu, they organize trips to the base camp, and they organize trips to Morocco. For Tanzania, they organize trips to Mount Kilimanjaro, the Serengeti, Ngorongoro, and also beach holidays in Zanzibar. For Tanzania, we are the one doing all the logistics and ground handling. We do also work with Hope4, which we recently just did a big trip to Kilimanjaro. A group of 26 people just made it to the summit of Kilimanjaro. You can have a look online, search Hope4 Kilimanjaro 2024. You will be able to see them. We were honored to organize this group that they climbed Kilimanjaro for charity, and they are supporting poor families and kids in Moldova, in Europe, and also people who are affected with the war in Ukraine. So we were very fortunate to meet Chris Lomas, who is the CEO of the organization, and they came to Tanzania, and we are the one organizing the trip, and we just signed up the collaboration to work with them, which we're very happy about. We have several individuals, companies, and we're quite very fortunate, really, to work with such amazing people. All right, fantastic. Wow, your network seems very rich. Could you provide some insight into the insurance policy that you are in case someone experiences health challenges? Basically, we do advise everybody to consult their doctors before they come to Tanzania to climb the mountain, because climbing the mountain, um, it's a challenge. You're going to the high altitude, so there's few things you need to consider before you make a decision to climb the mountain. First of all, consult your doctor. On the ground, we have an EMT, emergency medical technicians. We have WFR, wilderness first responder people. Our guides are highly experienced and trained to deal with people on a high altitude. They can help you when you're getting haze. It's high altitude cerebral edema. We have a high altitude pulmonary edema. All of these are acute mountain sicknesses. We do know the symptoms. We do know the treatment. We know when to take you down. And also our company, Tanzania Escapade, is also insured. We have a liability insurance that will guarantee that you will be treated and you will get the help you need on in real time. We have satellite phones throughout 24 hours, 7 days a week. We do have a direct call. We do have radio calls, VHF. All of these are safety equipments to make sure that we cater for your needs.
Okay, wow, interesting. It sounds fantastic. Um, Also, I was just wondering, could you give us a glimpse of the team that makes the magic happen at Tanzania Escapade? Because
Oh,
we realize that this service is very fundamental.
I would say we have a very big team. I have over 350 people working for us for the mountain. And however big group that there is, we can always cater for them. I have a group of very experienced guides. I have porters. I have waiters. I have waitresses. I have guides that are women guides. I have camp crews. All of these people are there to make your trekking easy. You don't have to pitch your tent while you're on the mountain. You don't have to cook. We have a professional chefs who will cook 3 courses 3 times a day, from breakfast, lunches, and dinners. We do have toilets, like flushable toilets on the mountain, hot showers, and more and more. For people, when we come to food menus, we do have gluten-free clients. We do have vegetarian. We do have a regular continental. So everybody who have difficult on their dietary requirement, we can always cater for their needs.
Wow,
So our clients do not have to worry about those things. We go in details to make sure they feel safe and happy for their trip.
that's fantastic. In that
Yes.
case, I do believe that you have been doing good in the company, and that the company has been growing, and you may be making, some enormous amount of profits there or something like that. So, what initiatives does Tanzania Escapade undertake to give back to the Tanzanian community?
Our community have extended families. We are trying to offer jobs to the young guys who are coming up, and they just want to like fulfill their dream of working in tourism. We are helping local communities like orphanages. We do have a Kilimanjaro orphanage children in Moshi that we support. Every trip our client book, some earnings are going back to the children or home. And also we do have initiatives to support the porters who are helping to support our clients going on the mountain by buying trekking gears, especially shoes, raining gears, and sleeping equipment such as tents, sleeping mats, and sleeping mattresses.
Okay, that's fantastic. And I was wondering also about sustainability because, the biggest natural resource in the world, I can say, Mountain Kilimanjaro, like we all are obligated to take care of it. How do you ensure that sustainability is guaranteed?
We do have a program of trash in and trash out. Keeping the mountain clean is our highest priority, and the government have rules and regulations to make sure that is individual decision to make sure the mountain is clean, by making sure every day we are at the camp to make sure it's clean, to make sure we pack up our trashes, to make sure we check them out. And it's checked every camp you land in the evenings. And on the last day, they weigh your trashes to make sure that you have left the mountain clean. In that
Okay.
sense, everybody is responsible.
Okay, thank you very much. And Oscar, now moving to a funny part. Do you have any interesting story or like a funny story that you can share with us, beginners or the first timers who are looking forward to come and climb it? What are the most interesting things people do or funny things people do in the mountain, maybe during when they're climbing or before they're climbing or when they come back?
I think there's plenty of things to do. I'll urge our listener who are there listening to what we are talking about to tune in On our second episode, I'll be talking about what are the things you can do before the trekking or after the trekking, and I'll be happy to share my story, how I became into a tourism business and how I managed to sustain into this business. I've been in the business for over 14 years. Well, they said it takes a decade to be an expert. So I can proudly say that I am an expert in this industry. So everybody can look forward to a volume 2 episode.
Oh my God, I can't thank you enough. Thank you very much for coming. It was very nice to have a conversation with you. And now I'm looking forward to come and climb Mountain Kilimanjaro because it's home. I hope that I'll feel at home in the mountain.
Oh, kabisa, kabisa. You're welcome. You're welcome. And we can't wait to have you and your friends. And we can't wait to fulfill your dream to climb the mountain of Kilimanjaro, the highest peak in Africa.
Thank you so much. So that is the end of episode 29 of our Coming For You podcast. Thank you so much for all the people who have been listening to this from the beginning of the conversation to the end of this conversation. For those who have not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel and our social media channel, we would really appreciate you do so. Thank you so much. Kwaheri and bye bye.